I don't know what I'm saying. I don't know what I'm saying. All right, everybody, welcome back to the channel. We are in Las Vegas for the World of Concrete. So we're going to show you some of the highlights of the show, some of our favorite booths, tools, exhibits, power tools.
Doing pretty good. You might just shut off.
No, look at that. And hopefully a bunch of cameos by some of your favorite Instagram influencers or the people that you follow on Instagram and YouTube. So enjoy the video. Wow, I was just gonna go till it ran out. That would be such a long video. You're going fast.
Yeah. How was that?
I think it's pretty good. Like I kind of injured myself. Yeah. I got to go to the ER. Set my.
Pretty good. Good.
Oh man. Nice, nice. Yeah, as it just blows farther in.
Yeah.
All right, everybody, you may not have seen this before. This is called the Rattle Stick. It is universal, so you can attach it to any of your concrete finishing tools. Basically what it does is then it vibrates the finishing tool. So, and you can dial it in a little higher, a little bit lower. I think you can hear that on the microphone. And it's battery powered. So go check them out, Rattle Stick.
I said put it in there, not knock it down. Round one's easier anyway.
And this is the, okay, and that's.
Now it shows these machines have a function on it called a parallel.
Yeah.
If I hold this button in and push it, yeah, it moves it out
okay.
the center.
And which button was that?
You hold it in and push the lever forward. I'm actually doing pretty good. You might just shut off.
No, look at that. All right, let's speed up the footage here. So this was really cool. You can see the robot behind, they're plugged in, and then the one in the foreground, they make multiple attachments for these. So the one in the background's got that claw, it can do some demolition. This guy, I don't play video. The first question he asked was, do you play video games? And I was like, nope. I gave up when there was more than 2 buttons. So each of the joysticks on the remote control, it's got like just a shoulder strap. Each of them is a little bit like running an excavator, except that you can spin, well, I guess it is an excavator, right? But for me, the excavator we have, you can't flip and pinch with the, whatever you want to call that, grappling, whatever it's called. Anyway, and then you can extend the arm out. So it would have been really fun to have played with this all day, but we're speeding up the footage. Oh man, it was so fun. Pretty.
I know, me too. Oh yeah, nice.
Okay, so part of the reason why we were there is Diablo brings in a bunch of us to show off their new products, give us education, all
Make
that
sure they
kind of
don't give us a saw that will die like partway through. You ready? You ready?
You need new batteries or it's good?
It's good.
It's good?
Yeah, we're good. I'm gonna cheat. Can you do my makeup? That was pretty good? Yeah. Thank you.
So while this video is not sponsored by Diablo, we did do some sponsored work for Diablo. So just full disclosure there. So that's the lady plumber, Marianne, on the right. That was Matt Bangs Wood earlier. There's the siding guy in the background. There's a bunch of us there. John Steen's back by the saw, and you'll see a bunch of other people. I'm going to link to everybody in the description below. So I challenged Marianne, who's a plumber and a roofer, to the straightest cut. And then I think Matt Bangs Wood.
Pretty good cut.
That's a pretty good cut.
That's a good cut.
I'm gonna keep it so nobody says it's theirs.
That's a good cut. We gotta see which side we cut.
Oh yeah, this side, right?
You gotta mark it.
Or this side. Whichever's straighter, that's the one I cut.
Got it.
Of course, it's so...
So basically what this turns out to be is just like a big family reunion where we only get to see each other at the shows. So everybody hangs out, everybody shoots content together, hold each other's cameras, and just catch up on the last year. And eventually, usually, so this was Tuesday morning, eventually what we're going to do is come back on Thursday when the crowds are smaller, and that's when we'll get our real content. But in the meantime, it's just really fun to hang out. And I gotta say, thank you to Diablo and some of the other companies that bring us in, because without that, we wouldn't get a chance to hang out and have fun. So there is a purpose to it all. You'll probably go see the Lady Plumber on Instagram. You'll probably see her doing this exact video clip.
Not a laser beam.
I've never seen a laser beam.
It's always at the end.
You can,
I know.
you can hear it.
We should actually stage just the last 3 seconds.
Yes.
Well, I gotta zoom in on the curve path.
Come on, it's not that.
You should just get some salmon paper and just polish it right to the line.
You don't need sandpaper.
That's true. That's true.
I actually really like that saw. Right?
Yeah.
And if you couldn't tell, Marianne's Canadian. They're just up on Vancouver Island, so just north of us a couple hours. That is Mr. Matt Bangs Wood shooting some video content. I think his video is already out. So for a completely different side of the show from Matt's perspective, go check out his video. I think I made a straighter cut, just saying. But it's a friendly competition.
Let's see the end.
It's as straight as the ocean is. Yeah. Get your surfboard.
So the reason I'm including so many of these clips, there's the Mexican carpenter David on the right, Mark Willie in the background, Matt Bangs Wood in the foreground, the siding guy, Desmond, and then me on the left. We're all trying to shoot the same content, and this is why we go back later, right? What's impressive about this is a saw that many of us have, so standard 7 1/4, and when it cuts that steel, you saw how few sparks it is. So I think later, if not here on Instagram, I'll show you. You actually can take that cut off and immediately touch your skin, and it doesn't burn. So that's what we're all pretty impressed by. Des did a video last year, the siding guy, that did like 30 million views. it's just cool. I don't know. It's the inner nerd in all of us. We like it. You've probably seen this before, but if not, this is called a roller screed. We've worked with a couple of on a couple of volunteer projects where the concrete crew brought the roller screed, and it's a pretty slick system. What was really cool about this was set up right next to the larger roller screed, and you can see it in the background, the other sizes. This one, he's just pulling a half circle, but you saw how he just pushed the sand. And so what you do is you would have a couple guys on the rake. You just like when you're rodding off concrete, except this does all the hard work. Pretty slick system.
All right, everybody, we're at the Stealth Mounts booth working with Matt.
Hi, I'm Matt.
He's Matt. So sell me on Stealth Mounts. Why should I be using Stealth Mounts?
Well, everyone who's seen the back of your van knows you just have the shelves. You need some organization. So I've been using Stealth Mounts for many years now. They have tool mounts for LXT, which you see here, but they also have XGT, They have level mounts. They have battery charger mounts, track mounts, basically anything to organize your truck, trailer, shop, van. And Tim certainly needs some organization in his life.
You know what they say about somebody who's overly organized?
They have too much time on their hands.
We just became best friends. That's pretty slick. So you just pop that up and pull it out. Okay. What else do I need to know about stealth mounts?
Well, you're mostly on the blue side, but they do offer it for basically every tool brand under the sun. Obviously, the big ones, Makita, DeWalt, Milwaukee. They have it for Festool, but they also have it for Ryobi and Harbor Freight and even Hart at Walmart.
Interesting.
So they
Blue
make
side.
it all. Check it out. You can get it on Amazon or KCI.com.
We got a
Is it KCI.com?
KCI.com?
Just KCI Tools.
KCItools.com. Okay, let's say it with like some punch, no monotone.
No monotone?
Yeah, no monotone.
If you want to get some stealth mounts, go on Amazon or KCItools.com.
KCItools.com.
Be like Tim, awesome framers.
Yeah.
See, I can do it. I just,
Yeah, that was great.
yeah.
Yeah, it would have been awesome. It's like right as you get to the punchline, somebody's like,
Yeah.
yeah,
Right in
mom.
They're so oblivious.
Yeah. He's in the background now.
All right.
We're good?
Well, this is just great B-roll. Because whenever the camera's on is when I go monotone. So I'm just like, hi guys.
That's why I think it should just film all the time.
And then I could be silly, goofy, and my normal, annoying self.
Yeah.
All right, we're good?
We've been good this whole time.
Oh, all right. Are we on? 3,
No, we're
2.
hot. We're hot.
Oh, we're hot.
We're hot.
All right, one of my favorite things that Stealth Mount offers are these battery boards. So they offer them for Milwaukee or Makita, and essentially when you go to a job site, you're normally carrying a bunch of things. So you can buy these. These ones are pack-out compatible, or what you can do is get the flat ones and mount them together so you can carry 6 batteries at the same time. Good thing that was a demo. That is great advertisement.
That's just to loosen us up.
Who would have thought, come to the Stealth Mount booth, we'd have this much fun?
I did.
All right, so one of the biggest things that I love about now the real mount's coming out. One of the biggest
Stealth
things
mounts.
I love about stealth mounts is this. This is a battery board. So they make them for Makita or Milwaukee. As you can see, it carries 3 batteries. But what's nice is they have these feet, so it's pack-out compatible. You slide it right in the top of your pack-out, and it can carry it. Or they sell flat ones, and you can bolt them together and carry 6 batteries at a time. You want to get this and don't look like that.
This specifically or this?
This is okay, not here. Not so much here, right here.
Yeah.
Do you see Dumb and Dumber? It's like someone might, or not, what was it? Tommy Boy. He's like, it's right here. Not so much here, here, right here. Because he got hit in the face.
Yeah.
Anyways.
I've seen Tommy Boy. And StealthMountTools.com?
Well, yeah, I mean, he's in UK. So
Oh.
if you want to get these, check them out at Amazon.com or KCItools.com. Link here in the bottom. Don't drop. Jeez Louise. Here, throw one. I got it. See?
Nice catch.
I got another one.
This is real.
That's real. Don't throw that
I'm
one.
not throwing that one. And scene.
So to explain what I was talking about, so these have the feet molded on. So you just clip it right there, and now you can pack them all, as many batteries as you want. Or what you could do is remove this. Or what you could do is buy their cleats and slide it right down on that. So you can mount it on your trailer wall, your van wall, whatever you want.
I prefer my van to look like I rolled down the road and then just kept driving.
Yeah.
Everything
but
just jumbles
the
up.
tools are expensive. You need to preserve your investment.
That's true.
Stealth mounts, cleats, feet, battery boards.
No luck.
It's not, give it to me. Slide down, that's it.
Look, left-handed.
You're a pro. That was very smooth. So if you want to get this, you can, but basically these are the feet. So you can literally mount this to anything. Like if you got a bag, a box, whatever, and they're essentially to replicate the bottom of the pack outs. And
Oh,
then
okay.
these are the cleats.
Got it.
So like you can, I put them on like, who's calling me? Like a piece of plywood. So that way, like if I'm rolling, like I mount my table saw, air compressor, and miter saw to a piece of plywood with this underneath, and then I can hook it to a pack out and drag it to a job rather than carry it. Save your back, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Catch. Stealth mounts.
Right there. What this is actually a wrap that wraps around your leg, gives you more superior comfort and support. So how it works is you unzip one side, wrap it around, and zip it down, straighten that up in the back, straighten up, and it'll stay like that all day long. You have no irritation to the back of the legs of what straps do to you like that right there. And that's the reason why people hate wearing them, because of what the straps do to the back of the legs. Wait. That's your on and off zipper for larger size. This other zipper on the other side is expansion zipper, so it's a one size fits all.
Oh yeah, that's more comfortable.
That's why I wanted to show you the rest of the presentation before you popped it off. Yeah.
So even for giant muscular legs like mine.
Healthy legs.
Healthy legs, the knee pads fit.
Legs,
yeah, that's very cool.
And then when you don't need them, you just go ahead and zap them right off. And I actually made it with this material, so when you wear shorts like this right here, you have this breathable material on the back of your leg. Stick your arm out. This is what you have on the back of your leg compared to the straps.
Yeah.
And it's that material.
Nice. How do we buy them?
You can order them off my website, or you can order them from me directly. Phone number and email address.
You got a card?
Either way.
I'll just put all the info on
absolutely.
There. Sweet.
The card, the brochure, they have all your information for you right there.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Thank you. Sweet. Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Thanks so much.
All right, everybody. We are with Joey from Fab-Form. They're out of British Columbia. You've probably seen us use do we call it the bag system?
We call it the bag and tag.
Yeah.
Fast foot is the proper name.
Fast foot is what we use. So instead of using 2x12 forms, we were using 2x4. And then we have a bag system, which basically just holds all the concrete, no spillage.
Yeah, and adapts to uneven ground if your excavator is hung over and does a terrible job.
Which the first job was supposed to be 12, 17.
Yeah, exactly.
We're all over the place. So anyway, they have some products that we want to show you. So take it away, Joey.
So behind us here is our fast tube product, which is a replacement for Sonotube. And I've got Sonotube in there to give it the relief of it being filled with concrete, but we're doing 18-inch to 8-inch diameter fast tubes. And what's crazy about this is 10 feet of 10-inch Sonotube.
Okay, so just this little bag.
Just that little bag is 10 feet, which would be
a little taller than that.
Yeah, so that whole Sonotube, you could purchase that and ship that, or you could pick this up.
Interesting.
So it comes on, this is a 100-foot roll, right? So you just cut off what you need. If you need a 6-footer, you're not buying a 10-footer and throwing 4 feet away.
What do you do at the bottom if you cut it?
You got two options. You could build a little box to hold it.
Okay.
But once you get 6 inches of concrete pressure in here, it forces the woven fabric to go straight. So it'll seal up against your pad or your slab.
I've watched some of the videos where as it's placed, this thing just straight up.
Yeah, it'll look perfect like that one.
Yeah.
But you need to get your base in the right spot. So we'll have a center line here. And then I got a little clip. So this bites onto the tube. You put that on your 2x4 here. So this is 10 inches away from those 2x4s in the right spot. This will be perfect finish. And if you look here, that's the finish you'll get.
Like as long as
there's no spiral. As long as you they vibrated that one, but it looks nice.
Yeah,
I think.
Yeah.
So that's the fast tube. It's waterproof. It's half the price, and easy to ship. And then people were complaining, oh, how do you get your rebar in the right spot? How do I make sure my rebar is in the right spot in that column form? So this is our spacer, which is going to be ready next year or mid-year this year. So it's a fiberglass stirrup. This is just a prototype.
Yeah, and just snap it right in.
And then we'll tie it onto our vertical rebar.
Which is a zip tie.
Zip tie.
Very cool.
And then this is a spacer, so it keeps it in the form in the right spot.
You know, I had the idea of using zip ties. When I was in high school, I was so bad at tying bar pliers. It's like, why aren't we using zip ties? Yeah. And at the time, they're like, you can't do that.
But the same thing, like you said, what's it going to use? What's it called?
We're going to use the
rebar tying guy in this?
Yeah, the rebar tying, the twin tire from Max.
Yeah, which is fast. You know, that's fast, but it doesn't give you the right spacing.
Right.
So this will give the spacing.
Yeah.
It's definitely not as fast as that, but it gives you the right spacing.
How often would you say we would have to space these then?
That's on your over-engineered building in Washington.
Yeah.
We got them at 16. It could be 12. Doesn't matter.
Yeah, just enough to keep the bar straight.
Yeah.
And with the right clearance.
But this is reinforcing too. It's not just for tying and holding bar. This is your reinforcing.
So it counts as a stirrup?
This replaces your rebar stirrup.
Interesting.
This is fiber, pull. You can't. So, this is your
I'm not the
reinforcing.
strongest person here,
Yeah,
so.
yeah. Neither am I. And then, so this is the bag. This is your fast foot, your bag and tag. So you've seen that. You got 45 minutes on YouTube with it.
Yep.
But so you'll put these every 12 inches or 12 feet.
12 feet. And then just fill in stakes in between.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you'll drive a stake through here. If it's soft soil, you can put a 2x4 there.
So I can just have my grade stick when I hear the beep. And no bending over.
Yeah. And you can save your beautiful back.
Save my back, yeah.
So that's everything we got.
Sweet. All right, so what's the website?
www.fab-form.com. Fab for fabric forming, not fabulous forming.
Yeah, I think like the Fab-Form, but Fab-Form.
Yeah, there you
Yeah.
go.
Sweet. Awesome. Thank you.
Thank you, Tim.
That is 100 feet of 10-inch sonotube. All right, everybody, we are at ISOTunes. We've been working together for how long? 5 years?
At least, yeah.
Like I think pre-pandemic. Anyway, we're at ISOTunes, my favorite hearing protection, as you can see. I'm with Emily, and she's going to walk us through what some of the differences are, like why we would pick one over the other. Let's start that way and work this way. What are the Link 2.0?
Well, first of all, I would say overall, when you're picking, it's just going to come down to preference. Some people like over ear, some people like in ear. So deciding that is the first step. If you are going to want to go over ear, we basically have two different families. We have the Air Defender family, and then we have the Link family. Between the two, the biggest difference is going to be fit. This is going to be a lot lighter weight. This is going to be a bit more compressing on your head, but you're going to get slightly better noise reduction rating. I believe it's 25 versus 24. This is also rechargeable only, whereas either of these, like, you take out the lithium-ion battery if you forget to charge and put in through AAA. So 2 ways to power it. And then within these, the Link Aware is going to have our Aware technology, so it also gives you the option to hear what's going on around you.
And the Aware technology kicks in how fast?
Within a few, I think like 8 milliseconds or 2 milliseconds.
So as soon as it detects loud sound.
Yeah, it's going to just bring that noise down. It's not going to shut off all the way, it's just going to retain it. So you're continuously aware.
Yeah. And we finally have USB-C.
Yes, everything is USB-C now.
USB-C.
Thank you, Europe.
Yeah. All right, and then like the in-ear.
Yeah, so with your Free 2.0, the biggest difference between that and the Free Aware is that it's going to have the Aware technology. Also, it's touch instead of button. So that's an adjustment for some people, I guess. Like for me, I prefer button.
Yeah, I do too.
Touch, because I accidentally touch stuff all the time. So yeah, really comes down to, do you need the Aware? If you don't get it. Just get the Free 2.0.
Yeah.
If you just want to block people out. And then the same with we recently just came out with an updated version for our Pro models. So the Pro Aware is now Pro 2.0, and Pro 2.0 is now Pro 3.0. So biggest difference, Aware technology, same deal here. Some of the biggest changes that we made were we improved the ear hook so that it doesn't change shape over time. So it's going to continue to stay nice and curved around your ear. We enhanced the button size a bit. It's easier to use with gloves. And we changed the material in the controller. So now it is able to be used with any kind of like chemicals. I can't remember the word for it. Solvents. Increased battery life by a few hours for each. Yeah, these are also USB-C.
Oh yeah, and so these, what was the battery life?
40.
40 hours.
Mm-hmm. These are 50.
50 hours,
and these are 23. Yeah,
and
23.
What, like these, since I'm always putting them in the case and they're charging,
yeah.
What is the actual battery life?
7, but battery life is always kind of like fluctuating depending on volume level, like, yeah, when you're turning up, like what you're listening to, sometimes they affect battery life, but I would say when it's tested, what's on the box is 7 hours. But
I don't think I've ever gone like the whole day and they go dead. Yeah. Probably because at lunch I just put them back in.
Because the cases provide 2 full charges for these charging, so.
Yeah. Sweet.
Yeah.
Okay, what are we missing? Anything?
Timmy 10.
Discount code, link in the description, Timmy 10. It's like the best coupon code ever.
Did we start the trend?
Yeah.
Of Timmy, you're like, I can't believe you did it, and now I see other brands.
I also, what I respect about you guys is if I end up in promotional literature, it's all the funny pictures. Even the promo for this. People are like, they did you wrong. And I was like, no, they didn't.
It's like, this is Tim.
This is, Kyle looks all hunky.
Yeah, your wife's like, I like how Tim's all silly and Kyle's all serious, and I'm like, listen, I tried to find Kyle being silly, but the pull-up one was the silliest one I could find.
Yeah, we got to do more silly content with him.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you, Emily.
Yeah,
so links in the description below. Timmy10 is the coupon code. What was the original?
If this was our lunchbox, we'd be on a diet.
Right? No wonder they were all.
Okay, scoot a little bit this way, everyone. Okay, great. Okay, looking so good. So good. Okay, we're gonna take 3. So we're gonna do big cheese and smiles. We love our jobs. We're so happy to be here and being iron workers. Here we go. Ready? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Love it. Okay, yeah. Now we're bummed. We've been doing it a while. 70 cents an hour. This is not cool anymore. So we're gonna answer.
Wait, we're getting paid?
We're gonna give you more time. All right, now we're gonna be bummed. So just kind of, open your lunchbox. There it is, empty. You can't even afford food.
My TikTok is gone.
Okay, one moment. Great depression. Okay, here we go. And 3, 2, 1. So sad. Okay, now someone fall. Lay down. Leg and arm in the air. Do it. Do it.
Kevin's
okay,
definitely.
Grab him. He's falling. 3, 2, 1. Good job.
That's great.
Yay.
This was worth sticking around for.
Yeah, thanks for coming too. There's like no line right now or anything. Yeah. He did it. All right, another one that's working.
We should have staged like we were pushing him off.
Yeah, you gotta look at how.
Just. That's pretty cool. All right, everybody, we are at the Hultafors booth live in Las Vegas at the World of Concrete. I did a couple things I wanted to show you. Hultafors is kind of known for having some of the best pry bars on the market. Very well designed, nice and sharp for getting under the things that we need. You can smash that into the hammer, get under your wood floor or whatever else it might be. Every year, we try to get one of these on our carry-on, but it just doesn't fit. But these are like the world's best pry bar because of the extreme leverage. And of course, it's not very heavy. And the metal, it's pretty indestructible. And some of the dead blow hammers, you can hear it on the microphone. So there's the dead blow hammer. And just because we can do stupid human tricks with them. But the other thing I wanted to show you, if we come around the side, are the knee pads. Now we're good. Okay, so this is the airflow knee pad that we were just mentioning with layered gel. It's very grippy, so you're not gonna slip around, and really comfortable. We're over at the Faltech booth with Jordan and Eric. One thing that people often don't talk about, besides just a good quality harness that fits well, is what happens if you fall and you need a self-rescue. Jordan, walk us through the self-rescue.
Absolutely. So if I'm working here with Eric, say we're on top of a deck together, and Eric does fall, and he's conscious, he's going to first use his trauma straps that we have on our harnesses here, and he's going to take those out, deploy them, you don't need to do it, and step into it, and that's going to help buy him some more time for me to do this next step and get him rescued. So this unit is our unit drive. So as Eric is hanging there, he's locked up by his SRL. So what we need to do is get away to get him hooked up to this, and then get his SRL detached, and then either bring him down to safety or bring him up to safety, whatever easiest in the circumstance. Obviously, if you're on a bridge or on an overpass, you're gonna have to bring him up, and that's what's the cool thing about this, is having that capability. So what we would do is we would kind of see how far low he was below us, and then we would take our rescue pole here, and then here, turn roll a little bit more. There we go. And then hook him up to this, and it would hook right up to there to the unidrive. So at that point, what we would do is in the unidrive here, you have a red and a yellow. Yellow is up, red means down. So right now, we obviously need to bring him up to detach his SRL that he had fallen into, so then we can determine what is safest next. So we're gonna put it into yellow. You go to a quarter turn, and then you put it into red if you wanna switch it. Again, yellow up because we want to detach him from the SRL. Now there's 3 ways to do this. You can use the hand turn, you can use this telescoping wrench that has the red and yellow as well, so we want it on yellow, and it would fit in the back here. My personal favorite, it comes with a drill bit that could go in an 18-volt drill. I put it in yellow, drill bit right up here, boom, I'm getting Eric right up. Now, say I get Eric up, and then I have EMTs on the ground waiting, and he needs some support and help, so we're gonna bring him down. At that point, what I would do is turn it into red, and then I would take one side to slow it down a little bit and belay him down to safety. So that's a quick overview of the Unidrive itself. Personally, one of my favorite units that's utilized throughout the industry, but something that people don't talk about enough, which is rescue. So thank you very much.
Perfect. Maybe we'll just get footage of the back, or can we have you reclip it on the back and we'll just get footage of that?
Yeah, cool.
Yeah, can it see it well?
This thing's pretty fickle, so give me a sec. Better than the old one, though.
100%.
Yeah.
All right, let's see some.
1 second.
Let's see some rescue.
There you go. Awesome.
That's really cool.
Yeah, feel this thing. It's lightweight. It's like a hockey stick carbon, yeah. It telescopes out to
17 feet?
Thanks.
No problem. I mean, obviously they're going to want one of the more handsome.
That's why I picked you, you know? I had I'm like, listen. I'm going to make sure they only tag you, too.
All right, everybody, we are at Fall Tech here at World of Concrete with Fall Tech's new self-retracting lifeline, but it's top secret. We're not even allowed to tell you about it until 1 month from now. So make sure you come back to the channel. We'll show you everything about it. You're going to be pretty impressed. You know, be amazed how many times yes. Yeah.
Slap it.
All right, we're at W.Steps with Chris. He's going to walk us through what is special about your ladders.
Awesome. Well, good morning, everyone. My name is Chris Berg. I'm the Vice President of International Brands at Hultafors Group North America. And we're happy to introduce a new line of telescopic ladders from Sweden. And they're side by side with our Pro Work Lights from Denmark. So I'll walk you through the W.Steps lineup. And if you have any questions along the way, just let me know.
Okay.
So W.Steps, it pronounced W.Steps, but V in Swedish to kind of maintain that authenticity. So we're going to play on that name a little bit. But the origins of the brand, if for those of you out there that know ladders, Viba is the name of the ladder brand that really kind of established the brand in Sweden, Scandinavia. So we're playing off of that. But we have 3 different lines in the telescopic range. We have what we call our Prime line, which is a series of leaning ladders. So as you can see, pretty standard from a telescopic standpoint. I want to point out a couple things though. One of the main advantages of telescopic is the fact that it's telescopic. So it collapses down to a really tight package that you can grab with one arm, put it behind the seat of your truck, whatever. This is the first 9.5 foot in the lineup. And essentially you can raise and lower from the top or the bottom, but with once that bottom section is locked in, then you have it to the desired height. A couple things to point out on the ladder. There are some other brands on the market. We invented, I should say, W.Steps is the brand that is sold outside of North America for Hultafors.
Okay.
We just rebranded it here in North America. But W.Steps has been, it's a company that invented telescopic ladders and has been selling for over 30 years. So what makes us different, beyond the fact that we're made in Sweden, the triangular tube design. So you can see how that's got a triangle.
Yeah.
If you look at any other competition, it's a round tube design. Inherently weaker, more prone to damage, to breakage. So why that's important is when you're on a ladder, you're going to get a little bit of flex, north to south, east to west, but you don't get the torsional, I guess, twisting that you would on a round ladder.
Okay.
I liken it to pool noodles. I mean, if you get up on 2 pool noodles, that's not really stable.
So we can't really,
No, you're going to get a little bit of play,
bit.
but because of the design, it's very stable.
Yeah.
So that's probably the main differentiator beyond being made in Sweden. The other thing, and I'll turn the ladder kind of to the side of the camera, is you see how you're never going to get on a ladder. Well, you could get on a ladder at 90, but probably not a good idea. Ladder should be at about 75 degrees. What's important is once that ladder is at 75 degrees, see how the rungs are level to the ground. So you're always going up. You want to have level is key in any sort of ladder and stability. The other thing is wider rungs. So aluminum rungs, they're wider and they have grooves in them. So if you get dust, debris, water, you can flush that right out. You'll probably notice also we have these red tabs. So that when these are down, that indicates that section is locked, and that's important. And that's an ANSI requirement, frankly, that we meet. So that's the 9.5 fully extended. Another thing I'll point out is you notice how we don't have a rung across the top. That's by design. One, primarily from a safety standpoint, but imagine that ladder like those over there are up against an edge. You got two, bars that you can grab at the end, and you can walk through that pretty safely. And also there's a little edge on that if you want to hook it, but you don't hook the ladder on that. Other big difference between us and having worked on a lot of job sites in my youth, I was always the extension ladder monkey. So go get the extension ladder and the extension cords. And the extension ladders, that rope of death where you unhook that jaw and it just comes slamming down, that's probably one of my nightmares my entire life. But the beauty of this product, we have a patented slow close system. So I'm not even moving, it's coming down. There are silicone shock absorbers essentially inside that if you want to speed it up, you can. Competition, telescopic ladders, that thing's going to come down. All the weight of those sections above, it's going to come down really fast. And those are little things that you can't really communicate online. So anyway, so this is the 9.5. We also have an 11.5, which is this guy here. And then I've got the 13.5, which is up against the wall. And I'm going to talk about some exclusive accessories as well. So 13.5, same principle. You're going to get a little, of course, the rails are going to be a little more stout just for the weight. But our 11.5 and our 13.5 come with standard equipment is what we call these stabilizer bars. Why is that important? Imagine you're on uneven terrain. You want to have as many points of contact as you can get. So these are really innovative design. It's just a quick turn, quick release. And depending on what ground you're on, you can adjust these out. So it just pops. I mean, that's in the fully closed orientation, but let's just say you want to give yourself another point. There you go. So that's standard 11.5 and 13.5. An exclusive accessory that we have, which is probably my favorite accessory, is what we call our adjustable safety feet. So this is the foot. As you can see, this rotates.
Okay.
It does have spikes on it. I'll talk about that in a second. But that basically, you remove the bottom feet, pop that up. There's 2 screws. And this allows you, as you can see, we're trying to demonstrate, let's say that's on a stoop or block, you're on a new construction rescon site, and nothing's level. Usually you see rocks, wood, people trying to make the ladder straight. Not a good idea. So what we've done is created these adjustable safety feet, which allow you with this just a kick of this button, up or down. If you want it all the way down, you got it all the way down. But the beauty of the foot, as you can see, it's very flexible, so it can move in any orientation. I've also got this is a ground spike accessory, great for snow, ice, dirt,
when anywhere it's a little muddy and slippery.
Yeah, anywhere you need to bite. I mean, this thing, it's carpet, but it's pretty locked in.
Yeah.
So these are accessory. They're available. They fit on all the Prime ladders, and so that's the Prime line: 9.5, 11.5, 13.5, with those accessories.
Where would somebody purchase these?
Right now, Acme Tools has the full line. There are a number. H2O Supply has them in stock, and every day there's more dealers that are adding. So if you want to just go to the website, which is W.Steps.us, you'll be able to find more information there.
Pronounced V-Steps.
V-Steps, if you'd like. Oh, you call it W-Steps and you buy 3 ladders, we'll be okay with it.
Yeah. We'll call it whatever we want.
Yeah. So
hold on one sec. Let me We're just going to shove this back on.
All right, technical difficulties.
That's okay. We know how to edit.
Yeah. So this is that's the Prime line. Also, same configuration, But rescue, fire rescue, emergency, police, tactical is our the ladder you see here on the left. So I'm gonna grab, well, I can just talk you through it. So the big difference, one thing I didn't mention on the Prime and the Combi ladders is that they're Type 1A ANSI certified.
Okay.
Not tested, certified. So these ladders, capacity of 330, it's a heavy duty rating, 330 pounds.
What's the weight of this guy without the accessories, roughly?
I don't want to tell you a lie, so hang on.
Yep, he's good at it. You were right.
Yeah. So the weight of, let's see. So the 9.5, fully collapsed, is 30 inches. It's 22 pounds.
22.5 pounds, okay.
And then you go up to the 13.5, you're adding 16 pounds.
Yeah.
So it's 38 pounds.
Still pretty lightweight.
Very lightweight.
Yeah.
And that's important, especially for like home inspection. Anybody that just is coming back to a job site and needs to get somewhere, and they need both hands.
Yeah.
If you're taking an extension ladder, it's at least one person, probably two.
Yeah.
So
and
anyway.
a lot less damage to a house when it's finished with one of these.
Yes, yes.
Going around the corner.
Right, exactly. So that is, that's Prime. And as I mentioned, specialized ladders, the fire rescue ladder. They're available in 11.5 and 13.5 foot.
Okay.
Same principle, telescopic. Biggest difference is capacity. This ladder, the rating is 1,100 pounds.
Oh, wow. Oh, okay.
So
I thought you were going to say like 500.
No, designed for firefighters, rescue personnel, all their gear. 3 people is kind of the target that they set. And that could be people that are going up or people that they're carrying down.
Yeah.
So that's one major difference. With that, the rungs are, of course, going to be stronger. The material is going to be thicker. And the one thing that I didn't mention before, telescopic ladders, when they collapse or when they're fully extended, there are interior sections that, I guess, the inner aluminum that make it more stable. So if you get a side impact, a top impact, our ladders overlap 1.5 sections. Competition is not even 1.
Okay.
The rescue ladders is 2.5 section.
Okay.
So you have overlapping tubes.
And that makes
inside.
it a lot stiffer.
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly. And they're inherent, you're going to see more weight, of course, on that. So this product also available at the same locations.
Okay.
The other thing I wanted to point out, and I could probably do it, it's kind of a cool feature, is it's a fire rescue ladder. You know that these people don't have a lot of time, so they don't have extra hands, they don't want to carry extra equipment. But let's just say you had a victim, they pull them out of a building, him or her out of a building, and they wanted to transport them. So these numbers here indicate the height, they're meters, of course. But let's just say that person is 2 meters, 6 feet. So this thing allows, when it's open to that point, you have a headrest, you have handrails, which you can grab, and you can grab the bottom, and you've got a built-in rescue ladder.
That's fantastic.
And that's one of those little gems in this product that you're really buying 2 products.
Yeah.
And we don't care. I mean, buy it to save lives. That's what we're all about. And there's also some new additional features here we don't have on the Prime, like this gripping surface. Firefighters are going to wear big gloves.
Yeah.
They and collapses the same way. But they're going to more than likely grab it like this because they got tanks, axes, they got a lot of stuff that they're going to be carrying. So that's the fire rescue. So Prime fire rescue, and then the other part of our range is what we call the combination ladder, or the combi. It's going to be a little heavier because you have 2 sections, but again, super portable. Why is it called a combi? Well, it's essentially 3 ladders in one combination. You can, I'll pull this up, same principle, triangular tube design. Big difference, of course, there's 2 sections. So you want to go up with one, pull this other one out. I just want to make sure that that's locked. It is. And then you have your A-frame. Now, if I were to pull, see this kind of latch here? That locks into this if you want to just use it as a leaning ladder. So you have 3 ladders if you need it. But if you want to go up, let's say you're working, say HVAC, electrician, they're just working up in the ceiling, either in a commercial or a residential building. I mean, they're going to need a platform. And the working height on this is a 7.5, or this is a 9.5 foot combi. Working height's about 12 feet. So you're safe, comfortable, wide rungs. Spend the whole day up here.
Yeah, yeah.
And that's something if you, again, I don't live on a ladder, of course. That'd be an interesting existence, but going up, going down. If you work, let's say you're putting cans in, let's say you're running cable or trays. This guy spent a lot of time on the ladder. Most ladders have a narrow rung, and it's not the perfect angle.
Yeah.
So imagine you're doing your feet at the end of the day, calves, feet. Gets tired. It could be a safety hazard, but we just went above and beyond and made everything, comfortable and above all safe.
Yeah, because everybody's had that on a skinny rung in the middle of your foot just starts to hurt after a while.
Yeah. I mean, it's a half an hour and you're starting to feel fatigue. But again, it's the same, and you can work up this side as well, but same principle. You unlock those two buttons. You can unlock it from the top, which ensures that you're at the bottom of the ladder. So you just hit both sets of buttons. Again, slow close system. Just kind of rock it back and forth. That pops down, and then you're good to go.
Awesome.
The one thing I didn't point out that fits on the Combi and the Prime, I'll pull this, is our tool tray. So snap in on the top rungs, screws, bolts, screwdriver when you're working up top. Usually guys or girls are wearing, one of our work gear products, but in the event that you need something to access, that's also an accessory that we have.
Yeah, because sometimes we don't want to be doing this. We just want to...
No, just want it right there. And so that's the Combi, and that's available in 7.5 and 9.5 foot, which again gives you working height of about 10 to 13 feet. And maybe one final thing I'll mention is we do have, I don't have a sample here, but we have wall mounts. So if you wanted to take, as an example, let's just take the 9.5. This is probably going to be our best seller because it's the lightest weight, 10-foot ladder that gets you most places. The wall mount, which is in our catalog, and I can share that with you, but you can put that wall mount on the inside of your truck. Comes with it's an all metal, 4 spots to screw it in, put it in the garage, put it in the shop. And what it does is it just allows you to pop that
Get it out of the way.
You want this out of the way in the back of your Sprinter van or your pickup, whatever.
How'd you know I drive a Sprinter van?
I don't know, just kind of guess based on,
All good-looking people drive Sprinter vans.
It really is. And I'm doing a survey on Sprinter vans and attractiveness throughout the show, and I'll let you know.
Sample size of 1, we've confirmed.
Exactly. We're going to conclude that study.
Better looking than the average.
Yeah. So again, that's V-Steps.
Yeah.
They're in stock. All of it is manufactured in Sweden at our facility. Fully automated facility. There's obviously a little bit of hands-on for inspection and packaging, but it's aluminum made in Sweden and sustainable aluminum, which is very important to our group. But we're excited. The feedback's been fantastic.
Yeah.
And you should be able to find it in most places where your audience is shopping.
Awesome. Thank you, Chris.
All right, Tim.
Go check out V-Step.
Thank you.
Ready. All right. I have to do this because that mic's not connected, but ours is.
Okay.
All right, everybody. We are at World of Concrete at the Max booth, and I am with Tiana's husband from Akribis Leather and Yuta from Max Tools. So we're going to just show you an overview of Max high pressure tools. I first reviewed it in 2003 for JLC, and then we bought in 2008. And Luke is thinking about buying into Max.
Yep.
So we're basically going to ask our rep here to explain the system to you, the viewer, who might not know anything about it. So maybe tell us what high pressure is, what are the advantages, and then we'll ask questions as we go.
Sure, okay. Sounds good. So hi, my name is Yuta Asaba. I'm with Max USA. So this is high pressure system that have a 500 PSI compressed air inside of the tank in the compressor. Then we take about 350 PSI to shoot into the heavier material like a steel I-beam or concrete or dense material like a LVL or LSL wood. So we have some variety of tools available now, but talking about some major tools. So first of all, we have a coil framing gun, can shoot up to 3.5 inch nail. Can I just demo
Yeah,
it?
go for it.
Okay, so you can just. So it's really lightweight and compact, but really powerful. Because of the high pressure system, it's much, compressed air comparing with other conventional way 100 psi system. So that's the HN90F. Then we also have HN120. That's the basically replacing the powder actuate tool. It will shoot up from anywhere from 9/16 of the inch up to 2.5 inch pin. So it's gonna go do any type of application that powder actuate can do. This tool is gonna do that. So for example, right now I got the 2-inch step shank nail. That's typically for 2x wood shooting into steel iron beam. You can shoot actually up to a 1/2 inch steel I-beam. So let me show you how it works. So just very easy, just compress the nose and pull the trigger. That's all. So this nail has 50 nails in a coil. So, not like, unlike using powder actuate gun, it's a less reloading system, and you can shoot much faster than powder actuate gun. Also, it's running the compressor right now. It's really quiet compressor, but it's actually loud mode. If you push this button, it's a quiet mode now. So that's very good for the occupied buildings or any type of job site people are there. So that's system.
Yeah. So one of the things for us, we have to have special certifications. Do you guys for powder actuated tool? So you got to dispose of the spent charges the right way. You got to have certification, and then we got to clean and maintain the tool.
Yeah.
But you saw how many nails were in a coil?
50 nails in a coil. 50
nails in a coil, and you just pull the trigger like it's just any nail gun into wood, right? Yeah. And we can shoot wood to steel, wood to concrete.
Yeah.
So this has been fantastic. And then let me switch with you real quick. And then this guy, just comparing how many nails, right?
Yeah.
It's like most of us use these for sheathing, and then we'd switch to a stick nailer for framing. But we just 2.5, 131 is what we're using for shear walls, a 3-inch 131 for framing. And we just have our engineering adjusted accordingly. And we switched to coil nailers because we could clear jams.
Okay.
But we don't get jams with these. As long as you don't damage the coil, like throw it around. Like treat it a little bit better.
You got into these in 2008?
2008, we bought the compressor, 2 nailers. So the market was slow, but I talked my dad into like, if we're gonna keep framing in-house, and I'm gonna frame until the wheels fall off. And we were using another coil gun that was like 12 pounds with a full load. And as young men, we could do it, but I could tell it was like my wrist is starting to bother me, my elbows. So let's invest in a lightweight system. Made in Japan, it's high quality. I mean, feel that thing. I think I've weighed this with a full load of framing nails. It's still lighter than a stick nailer with 2 clips, but I can go longer.
Crazy. So in 2008 is when I bought into Max, but I got their regular pressure, their super framer spikers. And so I had 5 of those, and they presented this to me at the time, but it was so new and it was expensive. And in hindsight, I kind of wish I had, but I also grew into a crew, 12 guys, and so this system wouldn't necessarily be adequate or appropriate for a big crew, but they were great. So I love the Max tools, but now kind of stepping back into some more building again, this is very much, appealing to me. One of the biggest things that I was always confused by is I was very pro stick nailers because they get into corners nicely. They're just so nice to frame with. And I've seen you and a few other guys using coil nailers. You used to use the great big heavy 12 pounders, but now this compares like to stick nailers with a way higher capacity.
Yeah, because I wonder, I don't remember what the measurement length is here, but we can fit into a 16-inch on center stud bay.
Right.
And the coil doesn't really get in the way. We don't find. And I like the aggressive teeth.
Yep.
We just have had no complaints, and I think we still have our original compressor from 08. And then over the years doing review models, we have extras.
Yeah.
And then working with other tool companies, we're able to sometimes get our hands on newer stuff.
Yeah.
The thing about the compressor, you'd have 2 high pressure, 2 regular pressure.
Yeah.
We run 2 connected because we want more pumps for shear nailing.
Yeah.
The only time we would ever run out of air is if we were both trying to nail off panels at the same time.
Yeah.
but we'd have to compare that to like a big wheelbarrow compressor. The old gas powered was the only time we couldn't run out of air.
Yeah.
And then the hoses.
That's it. It looks like an extension cord.
Yeah. They're pretty rugged. Do you have a repair kit that we can do on site, or do we always have to send them in?
Yeah, we do have a repair kit. Yeah. There's some steps you have to be careful, but we.
So we can field repair. And I love this particular fitting. It just does not get all the grime.
Yep.
The first time, look how small the holes are. The very first time we tried it, we were all like,
Yeah.
You know, and then you realize it's a small hole. It's not going to blow your hand off.
Well, the regular air pressure too, you pop those ones off, and they hit that frequency, and it like blows your eardrum. Basically, they're so loud.
You said you were running at 350 psi for the concrete nailer.
Correct. Yes.
And I think we run about 280, 290 is like a good midpoint because we've got the adjustable depth of drive.
Yeah. Right.
And it doesn't take much.
Originally, did they not have a regulator on the tool itself in the first edition?
They always did.
Yeah, specifically for talking about coil framing, I think the original item had an adjustment.
And one of the safety features is I can bounce fire, or I can't shoot myself again until I let off.
Yeah.
So, have I convinced you to buy max high pressure? And if so, what's my commission?
I am super keen as I'm stepping back into building again and want things to be lightweight and powerful. Like it makes nothing but sense.
Lightweight and powerful. That's my middle name, except for the lightweight part.
So then, what's the deal with this extra tank here?
So you can actually upgrade to the 5-tank version if you need more air. So it's really more volume of the air. So it's a really simple step. We have 2 latches here. So you just gonna you connect the hose here to the 2 tanks version, then 2 latches, attaching the 2 latches, then make it 5-tank version.
So I thought that he had it on the quiet
mode already,
and then he hits the quiet, and it's like
that was wild.
Well,
it's interesting too because I'm thinking of like the number of tools that I have to do the jobs I need to do typically. This cuts it down to 2 tools.
Yeah.
From having stick nailers, cold nailers, petty staples, power actuated tools.
Yeah.
So that's slick.
Can you run that off a generator if we have to?
We don't really recommend to use that because that the current fluctuates. Then it might damage the circuit board inside. But we have some conditions for the generator if you have to use it on site. But yeah, that's something.
We did one time because we had to, and I was like, I think this is dirty power. We're not supposed to do this. We're like, we're not doing much. We had to do like just enough framing for an underfloor inspection, and we're like, it's only a couple hours, and it was pretty hot to the touch versus plugging into a power pole.
Compared to regular pressure, how have the fittings held up for you? Because I found with my framing crews, it's like every 6 months I'd have to replace male ends because they'd get all worn out.
The ends that will wear over time and get loose, and I think we probably replaced it like maybe I don't know once since 2008.
One time.
Yeah, because
you have the swivel tips on them too. Because you could put a straight one on, couldn't you?
The siding nailer I think comes with a straight, but the swivel just doesn't wear out.
Yeah.
And these don't really wear out.
Yeah. But as far as the actual coupling portion here, these haven't worn down on you.
No, they'll leak air right through here.
Because that's my regular pressure ones, just the straight male ends. They always wear down and the ball bearings wear in and they start to leak out here all the time. So that's not an issue here.
Yeah, we've got one that's just like when it's the right angle, all you hear is the hissing. No, we have not had that. Just like at the elbow.
Yeah.
It just gets a little loose after a few years, 5 years, whatever.
Yeah, that's huge.
Yeah. Yeah, these are fantastic.
And then your line lengths are like 50 and 100 foot.
Yeah, we have 100-foot and a 50-foot hose. And this is actually a 15-foot hose.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then in regards to cold weather and the smaller volume and the higher pressures, any difference with like, for us, we're doing it in cold temperatures.
Yeah.
And our big lines, sometimes you get ice and water in them and they freeze and you gotta blow them out.
Drain the tank every day.
Yeah.
Or twice a day if you need to.
Yeah.
We don't get that cold.
Yeah.
But I've had some people like in upstate, Ben Morton would be the guy to ask because he's running this up in Maine. We just haven't had the trouble.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're really shear nailing and it's really cold, I think almost everything's going to ice up.
Yeah.
Yeah, power light system loves cold weather. The compressor starts running even at 0 degree below 0. So yeah, this system.
That's great, because that's always a huge issue for us, is when it starts to get properly cold, everything is unhappy.
Yeah.
So,
if it's that cold, I go home.
if I went home, I wouldn't work.
Yeah, I know.
As much as I'm in a nice place, like we got to work through winters. I spent 4 years in Edmonton, and we had 6 months of proper winter, and it was just bitterly cold all the time, to the point the hydraulics on our zoom booms wouldn't operate. So it's great that it operates in the colder
I
conditions.
always ask, why are you living in a place that cold?
Well, that's why I left there. I'm in a better spot now.
Yeah. Move to BC.
Yeah.
All right, everybody, go follow Luke at Akribis Leather on all the socials. By the way, we should probably plug really what you do. So for those that love leather tool bags, there are no better tool bags than Akribis. And I can say that because I started with leather tool bags way back in like the early 90s.
Yeah.
The best thought out bags, the highest quality, and they're just beautiful to look at.
Well, I appreciate that.
Yeah.
We're definitely trying to always improve them. That's something I can't stop tinkering with things.
Constant improvement.
Yeah.
That's the Kaizen principle, right?
And that was why I started doing this, is like, I developed something that kind of worked for me, and then I could make it a little better. And I wasn't quite happy with it, and I'm still not quite happy with it.
Yeah.
So it's gonna continually
it's just going to keep getting better.
Change. Yeah, as best we can.
So what's the website?
Akribisleather.com.
Akribisleather.com.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Betcha. Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much.
Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you.
And Luke is far too modest. I think if you rewatch that clip, I think, you know how it is. It's like you want to be really proud of something, but then when people give you the accolades, it's a little uncomfortable to listen to. So that's Luke. Here's the thing. If you are going to buy leather tool bags, these are the tool bags to buy. First of all, Luke is like one of the nicest people. When I started following him on Instagram, he is an extremely well thought out carpenter. And that just like every part of his process. Like if I had a house built, I'd probably hire Luke. I probably wouldn't do it myself. I'm not kidding. Oh, actually, that's kind of an interesting. Okay. So I'm going to link to the stuff down below because as you can see, I'm screen recording from Luke's website, and he said I could do it. I have permission. He makes the bags. I'm not sure how much of that he's doing currently as the business has gotten a little bit bigger, but Luke designs and continuously improves the bags, and he was the guy originally sewing these things. So Carpenter, I mean, just impressive. So I have these bags. They're extremely well thought out. Like there's nothing that just happened to be put there, or like everything has a purpose and a reason. Personally, I'm not a leather person. I started out that way. I'm just old, and it's hard for me to change now. Tried a few of Luke's bags, so have some of my guys. And if you are into leather at all, I mean, honestly, I kind of feel like just buying a pair and putting them on the wall. Maybe even buying an old pair off of him so they look used. I mean, look at those things. Just beautiful. So anyway, go check out Luke's website. It's Akribis Leather. Check out the YouTube channel because all the questions that we would all have, Luke's basically answered them as he does the rundown. So anyway, let's just keep rolling through the video. And if I haven't said it already, thanks for following along. This is a really long video, but it was a fun week.
Look, put your finger right here, Tim. That's a lot of reach.
That is pretty insane.
That's awesome. Super cool. That's the same one?
Yeah, same one. This one's 14 by 14 or 18 by 8 rebar size.
This is the triple fold 3, that one?
Come on.
Man, I could hand tie so much faster than that. Who uses rebar tying tools? I'd be so fast.
18 by 8.
That's insane. That's so big.
It's huge, hey?
That is gigantic. That's what our engineer on a project, I was complaining about the bar, and he's like, stop your whining. You should see the bar we spec on the bridge.
Well, that's the thing. Anytime I do anything about tying rebar, because like, good job, kid. Check this out. And you get all these pictures sent to you about their bridges they're building. Like, I'm not building a bridge.
Yeah, you might not be able to tell. This isn't a bridge.
Yeah. She's being stubborn.
And Tim, I don't think you've seen the self-loading mechanism as well.
No.
Okay.
So you go around here, and you know how usually it's hard to get it in? But
yeah, you can.
It sucks it off. So it's much easier.
I never did use this. What does this do?
I think when you're loading and unloading, you clip on it.
And what does that do? I did that. I'm like, I don't know what I could, whether I pressed it or not, it still worked. Okay. I was curious.
Other side if you're looking through, or is
Sure.
that
Yeah.
Hey Luke, thanks for letting me borrow Tiana's toenail clippers. How come they're so... Oh yeah, you gotta get the slow motion from that side.
I never want to have to do a job where I have to use rebar like that. My goodness.
I don't. He should have tied it left-handed.
Try it?
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Do we care about any of these?
it's like bigger claws than the one you have?
They have great big huge jaws on it.
That's the difference?
Yeah. And obviously you'll use more wire.
So you wouldn't want to use that for the smaller job though, right? Like
You could. It's not going to get into small. It's not going to get into the small areas.
Oh,
as good.
here's a reference for you Canadians. I'm crushing your head. Crushing your head. Kids in the hall.
Thank you.
I've had people argue with me over that. I'm like, no.
No.
Kids in the hall. Oh, come on.
Sorry.
Yep.
I think I'm too young for that actually.
Yeah, I was just gonna say. I was technically too young. You know, it would be on Comedy Central and they would show it. I was probably 5 years too young for it. I feel like that has to be.
Have to go under too.
Yeah. I feel like that has to be shot from the other side
Like you gotta,
when we do it.
I'm curious if you got to like double tie every intersection of every bar just to hold the weight of that rebar.
Yeah. Probably.
That's a ton of weight.
Yeah.
Many
Probably
tons
literally.
of weight.
Yeah, because millennials, they say things like literally when it's not.
That's my
right, Tiana?
Oh.
I have to do that when the rep's not around. All right, we're over at the Max booth. This is like the Giganto rebar tying tool. So we can tie up to, I don't even know, I'll put it in text. It's like, how big can we tie? How big?
3.5 inch.
3.5 inch, so.
Number 18.
Number 18. It's like, who handles bar that big? Anyway, we'll show you how it works. Yeah, and we want to go around the back. And I'll go like here, and maybe one of these, and probably this guy. Yes? Also, Greg, for Chrissy's toenails. For your wife's toenails. It's my That's awesome. Very cool. And this will fit in my carry-on. I can just take it home. Show it.
On our channel here, we've shown the Max rebar tying tool for the very first time in 2012. That's when I reviewed it for the Journal of Light Construction. So if you just Google Max rebar tying gun, Journal of Light Construction, or JLC, you'll find that review. We actually then bought one in 2014. That one, we're probably one of these ones coming up here. Yeah, it would have been probably the previous model since this was the 2015 Classic. And then the twin tire here just about 4 years ago. And what that did is it allowed us to do jobs that we normally wouldn't have done because we're not very good at tying rebar. We're specialized in framing and siding. We can do foundations, but once the rebar patterns get pretty laborious, we just wouldn't do it. But we could with the rebar tying tool, so it's a worthy investment. This, we just happened to be walking by, and we looked up and we're like, hey, there's a guy hanging there. So we're going to come back to this because we came and talked to Werner, and they ran through this entire thing, start to finish. This just shows, notice he was a D-ring, and the way that that's set up then, it flips around to the front. And this whole thing, one, is to help avoid suspension trauma, and two, he can self-rescue. He's gonna walk us through that entire process. How cool is that? Anyway, here's one of the reasons why we like to come to World of Concrete, is you get really a first-hand look at the safety equipment. and how it's demoed. And you always learn something when you talk to them. And if you don't know anything about suspension trauma, it's like, yes, the harness system, PPE, it can save our life from like a catastrophic fall or a fall at heights. But you don't want to hang the harness for very long because the arteries in your femoral arteries, they're insides of your thigh, that blood can become toxic. And so then when you are rescued, I think it can cause you to stroke out or something. We were talking to these guys, and so there's a whole thing. Even paramedics are trained. The rescue after, like the fall arrest harness saved you. Now you want to get off of that or out of that harness. But even when they take you to the hospital, there's a protocol for that. So anyway, being able to self-rescue is pretty slick. And he's very well spoken. Even in the harness, he's going to walk us through the whole thing.
Well, you know what that's going to mean? Is that,
He's talking about you.
You know what
Really?
that's gonna mean is that you're going to be able to get a big booth wherever you want it.
You're giving that away.
Yeah.
All right, everybody, we are over at the Martinez booth. And if you know anything about anything, you know that I've been a fan of the Martinez M1, I think since late 2016. But I am here with Jimbo. All right, everybody, we are over at the Martinez booth. And if you know anything about anything, you know that I've been a fan of the Martinez M1, I think since late 2016. But I am here with Jimbo. Tell us what's new and if you want to get into what's coming out.
So some of the new things, I mean, basically our rapid square is the same rapid square, but we've added some magnets in the heel. So now for the guys with metal framework, we've added that.
Yeah.
And anybody that has an existing rapid square, the new heels with magnets, they'll bolt right in place.
Okay, so we don't have to buy a new square, we just buy a heel.
Yeah, and they will be released here pretty soon.
Nice.
This little 6x9 square, I made some changes on it, and I came up with a new stair gauge. And what's different about it is there's a diagonal hole through the threads.
Okay.
So when you put it together, it slips down the bolt. So you don't need to turn it 20 times to get it down. And as soon as you turn it, it rocks over and locks into the threads.
Nice. Oh, yeah.
So it takes about 3 turns, so it's not going to fall apart while you're using it.
I see that it's idiot proof.
Yeah, there you go. So these are also 1-inch diameter. So when you put them down at the bottom of this slot or this slot, this square also becomes useful on thin material because you don't need to tip it over. You can use that like a heel.
Nice.
So then I've got predetermined angles. So if you want a 45, you just slip it over in the 45. Now you got a 45. So there's a 30, 22.5, and 15 degree. Also, with it down, you'll notice that it stands up, so you can use it to set your table saw blade height.
Nice. Very cool.
So we're going to carry this stair gauge concept into the larger framing squares. We are going to be bringing those back. We've purchased a bigger tumbler so we can get this matte finish again. We're going to work on fixturing, and I'm going to make 2 different framing squares. The MTC framing square, both legs of the square will be 1.5 inches wide.
Okay.
Instead of 2 inches wide.
Yeah.
It's going to have slot configurations like this, and it won't have the nuts, but this also has an Imperial 9/16 and 14 millimeter, and this one is 1/2 and 13 millimeter.
Millimeter for metric? Who's still using metric?
Well, some of these skill saws.
Okay,
so we're going to carry that into the MTC, but the Martinez framing square will still have a traditional 1.5 inch leg on the 16 inch and a 2 inch wide leg on the 24 inch. This one isn't that size, but what I've done is I've taken everything that was on a speed square and incorporated it onto a framing square. So we've got common rafter and we got degrees in 1/2 degree increments, and this is in 1/4 inch increments on pitch.
So I can mark plumb cut and C cut, slide up, mark, slide down.
Yes, and this side is hip and valley.
Very cool.
This ruler that'll come with the Martinez, also it has your pitch tables, then it has some other scales, 1/8 inch scale, 1/4 inch scale, 3/8 scale, and 3/4 scale for working on your blueprints.
Okay.
So the Martinez framing square will be 2 pieces. It'll be the square plus this, that'll then slip into positions to be able to use all the same things.
Yeah, that's awesome.
For pitch. Sent one of these to Gary Katz. He talked about it yesterday.
I saw his video yesterday.
Yeah. So between Gary and I, we massaged this a bit, and this has all the things that Gary likes. I've gone to a lot thinner titanium instead of 1/8 inch thick. This is 063.
Okay.
And then hogged out a bunch of material on the heels. So this is about 11 ounces. So it's nice and light.
Nice. Oh, man,
still
that's like-
titanium.
That's like nothing.
Yeah.
Very cool.
But still you got the titanium.
Yeah.
And everything is all CNC machined. So it is dead nuts accurate.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, you have some titanium core levels. These are fully serviceable, so if you do break a vial, you can take them apart. This one is a little pipe level. It's got a clamp on the end, so you can clamp it on the end of an open pipe or tube. It's got a relief for any welds to clear. It's also magnetic on both edges, so the magnets are hidden in the titanium and the aluminum. So the MK54 is a military term for a torpedo. Then the 5 is a length, it's 5, and 4 is the number of vials. So this is an MK54 5-4. This is an MK54 9-3, so it's 9 inches long with 3 vials. We also have this available with the 4 vials, so you have both a standard horizontal level vial and then a pitch and slope vial. These are magnetic as well. They've got clearance for weld features and a titanium core to keep the aluminum true. And everything's CNC machined.
Nice.
I think that covers it.
Yeah. Is there anything new coming that we can talk about?
Well, this is all new, and we are going to make a new titanium handle. This is an M4. This is what we consider the finish handle. What we're going to do, an MK18 is a variant of an M4 rifle used by Special Forces. The barrel's 4 inches shorter. I've made a new handle that is 2 7/8 inches shorter, so when it's fully assembled with the head, it's about 11.5 inches. Going to be working on a new brick head.
Okay.
Also got new stuff on my phone of CAD screen images, but
we're probably not allowed to show any of that on camera, or like if you sent those to me. Here is something pretty cool. So I was there in part to promote Martinez because you know from this channel I'm a huge fan of Martinez Tools. Got to have one of the first when Mark came to the market with it. We got to make hammers on site. This is the quote-unquote chaos head, so it has a laser etching that was only available at the show. So this is my version. Polished titanium handle, the black head, and then that gray grip. And here's how you put them together. Super easy to do. It's so easy, right? Follow along. That an awesome framer can do it. Anyway, we're going to do a giveaway soon, so stay tuned. All right, everybody, this is a one-of-a-kind hammer made here at World of Concrete with the Chaos Martinez M1 head and the M1 handle polished. So stay tuned, we're gonna do a giveaway.
What's all that racket?
And we are with Matt at Scangrip.
Yes.
So interesting lighting. Tell us about it. Why should we buy Scangrip?
Yeah, so Scangrip, we're a lighting company. All we do is lighting, so we have a lot of experience in doing lights. And one of the unique things about our lights is that you can use pretty much any 18 or 20 volt battery pack from any power tool manufacturer. Because we realize the last thing you need is an extra battery platform in your toolbox.
So they just have like...
Yeah, so the way it works, we manufacture these smart connectors, and they basically slide into the battery, and then you slide them onto the light, and then you're good to go. And our lights are just really well made, really sturdy work lights. They're made for professionals. We don't do any DIY products, so they're made to be used every day, all day. And they have a dimmer, 5-step dimmer. And as I said, it was a smart connector. The battery actually communicates with the light, so it'll tell you how much battery is left.
And I see a Bluetooth button.
Yeah,
there.
Another cool thing about our lights is you can turn on the Bluetooth. I'll demonstrate that on this Area 10 light over here. So you can download a Scangrip app for your phone. And basically right now I want to connect to this particular light. I choose the light in the app I want to connect, I control it. And then we can turn it on and off and we can dim it up and down and do all the settings from the app on the phone. We want to do 360 degrees, 180 degrees. So
what would battery life be like on a typical 18 volt?
It depends. So let's say you have a 5 amp battery on this Nova 4, which has a max output of 4,000 lumens. The battery life would be about 2.5 hours in the high setting.
Okay.
And that means 25 hours in the low setting. So
Okay.
it just depends on how big your battery is and also the setting.
How bright you want it to be. But we have lots of these batteries.
Yeah,
at
exactly.
That point, so.
Exactly. That's the thing. Another thing is, if you don't want to deal with batteries, or if you're in the same spot all day, we also manufacture a power supply. So this works with any of these lights. So they're basically all a dual system.
Plug it in and plug it in. Okay.
Either battery, or you can plug it in. Comes with a 15-foot cord. Forget about it. Run it all day.
And that guy.
Yeah. So we also have a bunch of handheld smaller lights. Obviously, these have internal batteries. They come with a charging cable, use a regular charger. Again, really high quality, come with a 3-year warranty. And a light like this, the Mac Pro, it has a step. Most of our handheld lights have stepless dimmers, as you can see here. You can dim them up and dim them down steplessly.
Okay.
Once it blinks, you know it's at either the lowest or the highest setting. And most of them also have a spot up at the end if you just need a quick. Most of them come with magnets as well, so you can attach them to wherever you're working.
Nice.
Another one I'll mention is, because anybody who works with their hands, doesn't matter if you're a mechanic or a plumber or electrician, you need a good headlamp. So this is our iView. It's a really nice headlamp. The reason it's nice for working with your hands is most headlamps you buy, it's a spotlight.
Yeah.
So it has a lot of light in the middle and then it tapers off. This is a sphere, so it has uniform light. Everywhere your hands can reach, you have the exact same light. This is the light I use the most of any lights, because anybody who works with their hands, you need a good headlamp. And it also has some cool features like a motion sensor. So if you have gloves on, if you've got dirty hands, you can turn it on and off like that. If that annoys you, you can always turn off the motion sensor and it's just on and off button. It also, as the other one I showed, has a stepless dimmer. You basically just hold in the on-off button, it'll dim up and down. So right now it's dimming down. When it blinks, you know it's at the lowest setting. And then when you dim it back up, it blinks again at the high setting.
Just USB chargeable?
Yes, they're all USB chargeable. They all come with a charging cable in the box. So you just take any smartphone USB little cube, you plug it in, and you're good to go.
That's quite strong.
Yeah, I mean it needs to be and this is another one I'll mention. It's a nice light. So this is kind of a hybrid. You can certainly use it handheld. It's small enough for that. But you can also, if you have a tool cart, for example, that's steel, you can put it on and you can kind of use it as a floodlight at the same time. Again, like a lot of our other lights, it has a 5-step dimmer. And again, this is rechargeable, so it's an internal battery on this one. Yeah,
That's
so you have
cool.
to do it once. The first version we did, you have to do it twice. The first version we did, you had to only do it once, but every time you moved your head, it'll turn on and off. So that's why very quickly we realized we'll do it with two waves.
That's very cool.
And again, you can turn it off.
How do we buy these?
So anywhere you buy Hultafors products, you can buy Scangrip. So Scangrip is owned by Hultafors, part of the Hultafors group. So any Hultafors distributor, you can get Scangrip, Scangrip from there. Yeah.
Awesome. Thank you. Anything else?
I mean, we are, again, as I said, we're a lighting company. All we do is lighting. So we kind of nerd out a little bit on cool little features of the lights. For example, these lights here, they work with an external battery, as we just saw. We had a Makita battery on here. But they actually also have an internal battery that'll allow you to run the light on 10% for an hour. So if you run out of battery, you're almost done with your job. It'll still just make you. Or if you have a flat tire on the way home from your last job, your batteries are dead. It'll actually it'll work still on 10%. And most of our lights, they also come with a phone charger. If your phone runs out, you can actually the light doubles as a power bank.
Okay.
So just a lot of cool little features like that. And besides from that, it's just a really well made, really sturdy work light made to be used every day, all day. As I said, comes with a 3-year warranty. Okay. So another thing we have. So this here is a Nova light. This is direct light, while the area light we saw up here is diffused light. So sometimes you want direct light and sometimes you want diffuse light. Diffuse light is mainly if you're working with coatings, when you need to level any coating, need to level paint, you're going to be able to catch those high spots a lot easier with diffuse light. So all of our Nova floodlights, we have diffusers as accessories. So you can actually turn it from a regular, what I'll call a regular floodlight, let's dim it all the way up, this one here, to a diffused light. So you basically have 2 in 1. If you're a painter and all you do is paint, we do also have the Vegas, which are diffused. They're just diffused by nature, and the same with the area lights.
Sweet. Yeah.
We got different brackets. Magnetic bracket here that'll attach. This is for the Nova 4. That'll attach to any tool cart or anything that's steel. We also manufacture a couple of different tripods and wheel stands, and they're all this one goes up to a maximum of 10 feet. They're all really sturdy, really well made.
Perfect. Yeah, just add that in. Awesome. Thank you, sir. Scangrip. Go check out Scangrip. Yeah, we can edit that down. So let's get B-roll of whatever we're recording.
Something you guys haven't seen me do in a while. Pitch them babies in. They won't fall on you. I told her it's been a while. Want to do one more thing?
Yeah.
Just cause? It's been a while since I've done it. Yep. Hair dryer.
Oh, interesting.
You're an idiot. I know. I'm in very good company.
Okay, if you just pull that, just so I can get this. All right, I need to get about right there. Right here? All right, I'm trying to get it angled with you. All right, that's fine. Just tell me when you're ready. All right, so this is the switch point rescue harness, and basically what this does is after, in the event of a fall, a stitch will break back here and it'll allow me to pull this cord. And watch real carefully, the D-ring will go from the back to the front. Just like that. Now I'm out of suspension trauma and I can wait for a rescue. I can assist in my own rescue, or with the accessory pack, I can rescue myself. So, clip to my chest D-ring, clip to my anchor that I fell on, and I will pull out the foot loop, pull the slack out of the system, and once I've pulled the slack out of the system, I can detach this guy right here, like that. Set back down, take this off, and then now I'm ready to rappel. And I have 30 foot of rope, and I can take myself down to the ground. And I have 30 foot of rope, and I can take myself down to the ground.
All right, coming to you from the top of the world of concrete at the Werner booth, where we just got done seeing a whole demo on self-rescue. All right, we are at the Werner booth, safety above all, and this is the Werner
Level Safe Pro.
Level Safe Pro. I had it. The Werner Level Safe Pro.
You got
We'll just let people walk in front. So tell me what's different about this, and maybe you can demonstrate why.
Sure.
Why would I put this on my ladders?
Yeah, so this levelers exist, right? But this is the first leveler that's made by Werner for Werner.
Okay.
So it's easier to install to your ladder, or you can order it directly from the factory installed as well. And it's an automatic leveler with a micro adjust. And I'll show you what that is. It'll do 8.5 inches automatically, just like that. So, you know, we got a brick here to simulate that, but that's a 30-degree slope. That's a big hill.
Okay.
Or, you know, caterpillar tracks, potholes around the job site. It just eats it up. You're able to put your ladder down confidently and safely, and it's leaning safe. I have a bubble level on the 7th rung here, and I can see that it's not
Way out of
perfectly
plumb.
level. It's not perfectly plumb, right? So I have these micro adjust handles here. I unlock the leveler. I can make an adjustment, and I make that adjustment with both feet on the ground. I'm in complete control, and I'm stable, and I can just concentrate on making an adjustment to my ladder, not worrying about my 50-plus pound ladder falling over on me. I close these down, I lock it, it's good to go. But the other beautiful thing about that is, you take your first step on a ladder in the dirt, and what happens? Your
Sinks
foot
down.
sinks in,
Yeah.
right? So your foot sinks in, and then you're kind of fighting it, chasing your tail, trying to make it level again, and it's kind of a hassle. Here, that's actually a good thing. I just compacted the dirt underneath the foot, and I'm extra solid. I don't want to touch it, so I can just go back to my micro adjust, make my final adjustment, lock it, and I'm safe to climb.
Nice. And then these guys.
Yep, so it's a rack and pinion system. They communicate to each other. There's a gear inside on both sides and a rod that connects through the bottom rung. And if this side gets pushed up, that side automatically gets pushed down to keep it level.
Can I try it?
Yeah, go for it.
Okay, I'm getting it stuck. Okay.
So now you're
Pretty close there.
There you go.
And that's
You got it.
Now we can climb it. We'll edit that, make it look like it's decent footage. It's a reciprocating saw. So what's the trick to this? Just right here?
Yep, just right there.
So if I go here, you want to go closer
A
here?
little closer? Is my shadow ruining that?
Are we okay now?
Maybe if I'm here? Or even if I'm right-handed. So you're gonna go 3, 2, 1, and then we go?
You go 3, 2, 1.
3, 2, 1.
And then go, or 3, 2.
3, 2, 1, trigger.
Yeah.
Okay.
Say go.
I'll say go.
Yeah.
Okay. We're ready? 3, 2, 1, go. It's a reciprocating saw. Yeah, you got a good one. That was good.
That was good.
My hand, just chuck them. Yeah, I know. Oh, the union guys love to bust me on Instagram though. You got two of those that we can use?
Yeah. Do the biggest one. Can I give you a hat?
No.
Can I give you one?
Yeah.
You have your backpack here?
Yeah, it's just right over in the corner. Yeah, okay. Did I win?
Okay.
Finally.
Got it done.
It only took like an hour.
I can ask you the question.
Yeah,
if you
yeah,
want,
do that.
Easier, kind of
Yeah.
interview style, or?
Yeah.
So I think we'll just have you start who you are. If
Yeah.
you want to plug your channel.
Okay.
And then welcome to the world of concrete. Whatever if you want to say something about that, and
Okay.
then I'll ask you like, hey, what do you think of the Rebar tire, and what do you think about the Makita booth here at World of Concrete?
Okay.
Kind of your conversation.
Sounds good. What do I think about the booth? We're ready? Hey everybody, I'm Tim from Awesome Framers. We are at the Makita booth here at the World of Concrete, and we just got done playing around with the new Rebar tire. If you ask me, every concrete crew should have a rebar tying tool. Way easier on the body, way more productive. And if you come to World of Concrete, make sure that you come to the Makita booth because you get to be hands-on with all of their tools. We've got concrete vibrators, the rebar tying gun, the big Makita XGT saw, and you never know who you're going to run into. I just lost to Keeper at Toolaholic, seeing who could tie bar the fastest. So come out to World of Concrete and make sure you stop by the Makita booth. That's good? Okay.
Thank you.
On the very last day.
That's all right. We'll probably get it posted pretty soon here. We'll tag you in it.
We're around till the end of the day because our flight's late. Yeah, I do too. I haven't really done the stuff I'm supposed to do. It's my deodorant.
Is that a walk? I don't smell it.
That was a good one. Yeah, I like it. It's all good.
Yeah, we've been here a while. I don't know. I got a race with Kiefer. I got all. Would you like this? I'll sign it for you. It really is quite a... We're all taking turns. You need me to film for you?
Yeah. I won't touch myself.
That's all right.
Oh, that was on camera. Yeah, unlike you, I don't touch myself. But the one-time zoom, that's better? Okay.
Now I don't have to do it, thanks. Perfect.
Yeah. Where'd Greg go? Oh, he's filming him. I'll wait for this. Yeah.
So you're also doing social media?
Yeah. Yeah, I've worked with Diablo, I think, for the last 5 years.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
We've used this stuff forever, like 20 years.
Yeah.
So when they reached out, it was like, yeah, we'll partner with you. That's all we use.
Yeah. Oh,
My brother-in-law is shooting more of the horizontal for your YouTube.
Yeah.
And then while you're doing this, I'll be shooting vertical for Instagram.
Okay.
Yeah.
Which one is your brother-in-law?
And the green pants.
Oh, okay.
And we're all friends. All right, are we ready?
So to set this up, Cindy's demonstrating how fast the Diablo drill bit will drill through the steel in this case. And then we're going to do a test. We had a lot of fun. Joe Canning, Canadian carpenter, myself, and David, the Mexican carpenter. We had a good time, and I was the loser. But just to show how fast these drill bits are, and they're at a low price point.
Perfect.
I was almost in the way. I was like, shit.
You want to do one more and you can just film it with horizontal? Why not? That was a lot faster than I was expecting.
Yeah, I mean, this is only mild steel. It's thicker, but
Yeah.
shouldn't be too hard.
And if you try to time it as it comes out the other side.
Good.
Yeah.
So in the next clip, you're going to see the three of us demonstrate some of the differences of what we would normally just go buy at a big box store compared to the Diablo. And the product manager is going to go through and explain it much better than I can.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
And thank you for following.
And yeah, definitely, I'll see you then. I'm
Yeah,
waiting
you'll
for
see
the
yourself.
video.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Where are you from originally?
Switzerland.
Switzerland. Oh, my wife and I got to visit for the second time summer before last.
Oh, okay. Where have you been?
We were in Lauterbrunnen.
Oh.
So it was partially a work trip. So the last half we spent in Switzerland, but the first half we went up to Lauterbrunnen for a couple days. From there, we went up to Grindelwald.
Yeah, did you help to build some of the chalets?
No, I wish. Yeah. And then we went from there to Fierst, and we got to stay in the basement of the ski resort.
Yeah.
So we were the first ones out on the big, I forget, the cliff walk.
Yeah.
Like first thing the next morning. It's like.
So I'm going to give you Cobalt. Tim, you drove the short straw here.
What does that mean?
Yours
It's
is gonna
genetic.
yours is going to be the least fun.
Mine?
No, Tim's.
Oh.
He's got black oxide.
Oh, yeah, have fun.
So I'm going to be here for like 20 minutes.
You'll be here for at least 2 minutes. And then I would say try and come over here. This one, it gets a little squirrely over here because it starts to slide off.
So I'm going to shoot here.
But I think you guys going to have enough room, yeah. So big thing,
That's the mic.
I'm going to actually step on my time right away.
Are you got green light, Mark?
I'm going to cheat and just step on my time 3 seconds in.
Let's do a timer.
Okay, but then we gotta put that one.
So just so you guys know, it's 1/8 inch stainless, 1/4 inch mild steel over here, sandwiched together. The issue with metal drilling right now is there's so many different types. You got cobalt, titanium, black oxide. What's good for what? Which one do I use? It becomes a very difficult category to shop and sell and understand.
Yeah.
So if you don't know what you're going, what happens is you see 100 SKUs in front of you, black oxide, titanium, cobalt. You shop on price a lot of times if you don't know what you're doing. So you go get that black oxide, it's probably good enough, and you just bring the market down to an inferior bit. So what we're gonna do to highlight that is you have a Diablo bit that will outperform everything on the market at a very medium price point. It's priced right around that titanium price point. So again, doesn't matter what kind of metal you're drilling in, stainless, mild, hardened, it'll do everything on the market. So you got one bit to rule them all. It's like the Lord of the Rings.
I was gonna say, are we walking now?
You're recording the whole time?
Oh yeah.
So as
That's
soon as
good.
you're finished, you can press your button.
As soon as I
right?
finish?
Yeah, you don't have to start.
I'll have her run my
I
phone.
start all together. If you give the each
Yep,
one.
yep. All right, tell me when. Is everybody ready?
See if Mark will. Hey, Mark, you might hold my phone in addition? Okay, say that all again.
Yeah, I got you. We'll tee it up. I just want to you guys know what we're doing here. David, Tim, Mark. 3, 2, 1, we're ready? All right, World of Concrete here at the Diablo booth. Industry first, we have a Diablo Metal Demon drill bit. What we're gonna do to illustrate how our bit is superior to others on the market, whether that be black oxide, titanium, cobalt, is we're gonna do a head-to-head challenge with my friends here. So I got David, Tim, and Mark. David on the far left here, he's got the winner, he's got the Diablo bit. In the middle here, Tim, he's got a black oxide, a very common bit on the market. On the far right, we got Mark and a cobalt bit.
It's Joe. It's Joe. He's Joe.
It's my twin brother.
You guys are messing with me here.
Sorry.
To illustrate, what we're going to be drilling through is we have 1/8 inch stainless, 1/4 inch mild steel sandwiched together. Some pretty tough stuff to get through. So on my count here, guys, we're all on speed 1 on our drills. Everything is the same. No funny business.
There you go.
All right. 3, 2, 1, go.
It's like watching paint dry. So how you been, man?
All right, we are through on the Diablo bit. Minute and 16 seconds.
You barely beat it.
What you also want to see when you're drilling is you want to see larger shards of the metal. That means the bit is actually cutting rather than just chipping away. So you can see here, this is a lot of fine dust that's chipping away. Same thing with the black oxide, and then if you look at the Diablo shards, they're much bigger. You want to see those big chunks of metal being taken out.
Yeah. And it's doing really fine cutting.
Time is money. If you're gonna sit here all day, it becomes a tiring thing. Oftentimes you're not just drilling one hole. You got 100, 200, 1,000 holes you gotta drill. And if you're using the wrong bit, it can become a very laborious process.
Well, I have to put my elbow on it.
Right?
So over a minute later for the Cobalt, what time's your flight?
7.
Okay, we should be good.
Okay.
We might get there. One other aspect is the price point for Diablo. We are priced right in the middle of everything. So what you'll see on the price point side of things, you'll see black oxide is normally the least expensive, titanium will be that middle, and then cobalt will be the most expensive. The Diablo bit will be on the market right around that titanium price point, so right in the middle of all three. As soon as you want to call it, I'm here for as long as you're here.
I will never give up.
I'm with you. We'll see how long your willpower lasts.
Should actually tag out
3 hours later.
Feel like the Mission Impossible. Keep holding it. Oh, good lord.
Yeah, see?
That's like,
It's a dent.
it's a dent.
It's a dent. What?
You did me wrong. You were going to let me just stay here for
I'm
the next
telling
6
you,
hours.
trust me, I was over here yesterday. I know your pain.
Wow.
So again,
Well,
if you
this is
shop
the winner.
price point and you don't know what you're shopping, you
And I
grab the
am the
wrong
loser.
bit.
That was crazy.
Thank you, guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was
Was I
awesome.
calling you the wrong name or you just pulling my leg?
No, that's part.
Oh, I said Mark.
Yeah.
Oh. So I was trying to confirm.
I'm the other beard.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, that one.
Yeah, it's like, that's insane. Thank you for doing that. I thought I was like halfway through.
Thank you, Mark. I thought you were, yeah. Like
Yeah, I was like, I better check. I bet I'm halfway.
So the cobalt one, so when we were doing it, so I had like 35 to 40 seconds. The cobalt one had like 1 minute 30 probably.
Okay.
So
I wasn't
all of
pushing
you
hard
were
enough.
Not pushing as
Yeah.
much as you could.
Okay. I always thought it was a bad thing to really push.
Yeah, I mean here you want, because you really want that it cuts. So you want those long nice chips
Okay.
that you can find all over
Yeah, yeah.
meat drilling. So if you do not put enough pressure, it cannot really cut it.
Okay.
So it's like taking a slow process. Full time to that roll.
Thanks, Mark. Nice to
So
see
now
you.
only Diablo first. Hi, nice to meet you.
We'll see you at IBS. We're going to take over the Huber booth at the Family Feud, Perkins versus Euler. And I already got Kiefer. I'm trying to get everybody that's there. We're going to tag out and bring them in and try to crush the...
I'm gonna start dancing.
Oh, you're gonna stand over there where all the guys are standing.
Bunch of wimps. Bunch of wimps.
Why did I wear one?
Yeah. That's too much fun. How do you like my chaps, man?
Good. Look good.
Yeah, it's like the lighting's been hard depending on where the sun's at in the booth.
I think you got a good angle.
That was good. Cool. All right, everybody, we are at the Hilti booth. Let me show you something about this. Wait a minute. Why is that laser just going up and down on its own? Once I double tap the auto button, this will go up and down until it just locks into the receiver. So I'm going to double tap it. Now the laser is going to move itself up and down. It's not going to take very long. So it started a little high when I put it on there. It's going to come down, and then it will kind of adjust a little bit until it locks and gives a solid tone. Yeah, and it's showing me in millimeters, so we're like, yeah, it's right there. So you want the receiver to be pretty plumb. I've got a little bubble vial on there. There we go, check mark. That means that we have missile lock, Mav.
You know, as a new user or something. So you go on the slope menu, and once on your slope menu, you go to the QR codes. When you scan it on your phone, it gives you step by step how to do this function.
Okay.
And it gives you a video. So it teaches you how to do it if you don't know.
Awesome.
Oh, no, you're good. You're good.
All right, everybody. Thank you so much for watching. It's a long video. This was the last night. We headed off to dinner. Of course, our flight was delayed going home. That's okay. We got to see the fountains at the Bellagio 3 times. Because as this was happening, we had no idea that Luke and Tiana from Akribis Leather were right to our left. We stood there for like 5 minutes and then realized it. Anyway, if you've never been to Las Vegas, I'm not really a fan of Las Vegas. I don't gamble. I'm not interested in that scene. However, it's a great place for a convention because it's easy to get around, and it really is pretty impressive, and the fountains are just fantastic. If you've never seen it before, look it up on YouTube, and if you ever go in person, make sure you watch it more like in the blue hour twilight. I think it looks better than at night. So anyway, so what is left in this video is going to be just a series of random things. Desmond and I decided as a shtick, and Desmond is the sighting guy. I'm going to link to everybody down below. Here is our magic trick. We are turning Tiana into something else. If you've ever seen Siegfried and Joy, we're ripping off the bit from them. They are fantastic. Look at that. We turned her into... Oh, man. It's much better with the music, so I'm going to link to one of them down below, and then go follow us on Instagram, and you'll see the rest of them. The best thing about World of Concrete is the time that we get to spend with friends. And of course, John Steen talked me into the bone marrow with my ribeye steak. This is the autonomous rebar tying prototype from Max Tools. Now, to just think about this thing for a second, you could have rebar being tied while everybody goes home for the day. It's kind of interesting to see the comments on Instagram like, oh, our jobs are going to get taken. Well, that's just the nature of technology. But does anybody really want to bend over and tie rebar like this? It's hard enough to get people to come into the trades. My personal feeling on this is that there's always some combination of humans and machines. I was listening to a podcast that talked about AI reading radiology reports, and they said that the radiologist plus the AI is far better than either of them alone. So that's kind of my views. We use the tools. Apparently I use CapCut. Okay, so here we're going to turn a DeWalt battery into a giant DeWalt battery. So part of the shtick here, right, is that you can see the person move it in the background. We had so much fun. People are like, what are you guys doing? So again, go follow Siegfried and Joy on Instagram. We were having way too much fun. Here we turn a Milwaukee reciprocating saw into a Makita, you know, because we're in the Makita booth. That's Darius from Powerhouse Construction. He did not mean to drop the recip in the background, but it just made the bit even better. And he said he was cutting for, like he was just trying to get that thing cut through before we finished the magic trick. Pretty impressive. Nope, we don't need to see that one again. And we had a fantastic time at the 3rd annual dinner at the Hofbrauhaus. We went like 3 years ago, it was 5 of us. Last year it doubled. This year it was like 25 or 26 of us, 2 full tables. This is what I love about World of Concrete, meeting new people, hanging out, and just, you got to get there early because it gets loud. Marianne is a kick. Anyway, I want to give a shout out to a trade organization. Greg, we get a chance to run into Greg and some of his students each year at World of Concrete, and then again at the International Builders Show. So go check them out. I'm going to put their information in the description below. And we just happened to run into Greg and some of his students at the Stabila booth. I ran into Kevin right there next to me. That is Kevin from Raven Builders, a hilarious account and very instructive. Those guys do some fantastic work. Also, Kevin paid for my steak, and he ate the like gigantic tomahawk steak. So anyway, all of this to say, if you've never been to World of Concrete, I recommend coming to World of Concrete. You got to do it once, and plan to be there the full 3 days because it is massive. We just got overwhelmed, had a hard time filming the first day. Anyway, thank you guys very much for watching the video. I know it's a long one, but we just had a good time and wanted to share that with everybody. So we will see you in the next video. Make sure that you check out all the links in the description below because all these cameos, go follow their accounts or check them out. These are some of the just really fun people to hang out with. And they post some really instructive content as well. So we'll see you in the next video, everybody. Thanks for watching.